Welcome to the Daily English Learning Podcast.
Hello to all our active listeners joining us from gyms, running tracks, and cozy sofas around the world. Welcome back to another energizing episode of the Daily English Learning Podcast. I am your host, Olivia, and I am thrilled to be stretching my vocabulary muscles today with my enthusiastic co-host, Martin. How are you feeling today, Martin?
Hello, everyone. I am feeling surprisingly awake today because I actually went for a run this morning, which is very unusual for me. Today's episode is all about sports, fitness, and living a healthy lifestyle, which is a topic that affects everyone, whether you are a professional athlete or someone who considers walking to the fridge as exercise.
That is so true. In this episode, we will talk about different types of sports and exercise, discuss our own fitness journeys, including our many failures, and share vocabulary related to working out, nutrition, and motivation. We will also explore why it is so hard to stick to New Year's resolutions about getting fit.
We will touch on popular sports like football and tennis, but also activities like yoga and swimming. Whether you love team sports or prefer solo exercise, we have something for you. So, lace up your trainers, grab a protein shake, and let's get this workout started.
Let's start with our own stories. Martin, were you sporty as a child, or were you more of a bookworm who avoided physical education class?
I was definitely not the athletic kid. I was terrible at sports in school. I remember dreading PE physical education lessons because I was always picked last for teams. My hand-eye coordination was awful, so any sport involving catching or hitting a ball was a disaster for me. Football, cricket, basketball, I failed at all of them. The only activity I didn't hate was swimming because at least you didn't have to compete directly against anyone.
Swimming is great exercise. I was quite sporty as a child. I played netball for my school team, which is a bit like basketball, but with different rules. I loved the teamwork aspect, the adrenaline rush of competition, and the feeling of achieving a goal together. However, once I went to university, I completely stopped exercising. I gained weight from eating junk food and sitting in the library all day. It took me years to get back into a fitness routine.
That is a very common pattern. When we are young, we have PE classes and school sports built into our schedule, but as adults, we have to create our own structure, which requires discipline. I started going to the gym seriously about 3 years ago because my doctor told me my cholesterol was too high. Fear is a great motivator.
Medical advice is definitely a wake-up call. For me, it was more about mental health than physical health. I noticed that on days when I exercised, I felt much happier and less anxious. Exercise releases endorphins, which are the feel-good chemicals in the brain. It is like a natural antidepressant.
There are so many different ways to stay active. Olivia, what type of exercise do you prefer? Are you a gym person, or do you prefer outdoor activities?
I am definitely an outdoor person. I find gyms quite boring and claustrophobic with all the mirrors and machines. I love going for long walks or hikes in nature. Walking doesn't feel like exercise to me. It feels like relaxation. I also enjoy cycling on the weekends. I have a mountain bike, and I love exploring new trails in the countryside. The fresh air and the scenery make the effort feel worth it.
I am the opposite. I actually love the gym. I know some people find it intimidating, but I like the structure and the variety of equipment. I usually do a mix of cardio and strength training. Cardio means aerobic exercise like running on the treadmill or using the elliptical machine, which gets your heart rate up. Strength training involves lifting weights to build muscle. I try to do 3 cardio sessions and 2 strength sessions per week.
That sounds very disciplined. Do you follow a specific workout program or do you just improvise?
I follow a program designed by a personal trainer. Having a plan is crucial because otherwise, I would just wander around the gym aimlessly and give up after 10 minutes. The trainer also taught me proper form to avoid injuries. Lifting weights incorrectly can damage your back or shoulders, so technique is very important.
Injuries are a real danger. I once pulled a muscle in my calf while running because I didn't warm up properly. I had to rest for 2 weeks, which was frustrating. Now, I always do stretching exercises before and after any physical activity. Flexibility is just as important as strength.
Do you prefer exercising alone, or do you like team sports where you interact with other people?
I prefer solo activities now because I can do them on my own schedule without coordinating with others. When I was younger, I loved team sports like netball because of the social aspect and the camaraderie. But as an adult, finding a group of people who are all free at the same time is nearly impossible. Solo exercise gives me independence and flexibility.
I understand that, but I think team sports teach valuable life skills like communication, leadership, and dealing with both victory and defeat. Sports like football, rugby, and volleyball require you to trust your teammates and work together toward a common goal. It builds character in a way that running alone on a treadmill doesn't.
That is a very good point. Competitive sports also teach resilience. Learning how to lose gracefully is an important lesson. Nobody wins every game, and dealing with disappointment builds emotional maturity. Did you ever play in a sports team, Martin?
Only once, very briefly. I joined a local amateur football league with some friends, thinking it would be fun, but we were terrible. We lost every single match by huge margins. After the 5th consecutive defeat, we all admitted we were more interested in going to the pub after the game than actually playing. We disbanded the team after one season.
At least you tried, and you created good memories and friendships, which is what amateur sport is really about. Not everyone can be a professional athlete, but everyone can enjoy the process. Fitness isn't just about exercise. Nutrition plays a huge role too. Martin, are you careful about what you eat, or do you believe in the motto, life is too short to skip dessert?
I definitely fall into the life is too short category. I try to eat relatively healthily during the week. Plenty of vegetables, lean protein like chicken and fish and whole grains. But on the weekend, I let myself have a cheat day where I eat pizza, ice cream, or whatever I am craving. I think balance is key. If you are too strict, you will eventually crack and binge on junk food.
I agree with the balance approach. I have tried many diets in my life, low-carb, vegan, intermittent fasting. But nothing extreme ever works long-term. The best approach is simply to eat real, unprocessed food and control your portion sizes. Drinking plenty of water is also essential. Many people confuse thirst with hunger and eat when they should actually be drinking water.
Calories in versus calories out is the fundamental rule of weight management. If you consume more calories than you burn, you gain weight. If you burn more than you consume, you lose weight. It sounds simple, but in practice it is very difficult because food is so tied to emotions and social events. It is hard to say no to birthday cake.
Emotional eating is a real challenge. When people feel stressed, sad, or bored, they often turn to comfort food like chocolate or chips. I try to recognize when I am eating out of genuine hunger versus when I am eating for emotional reasons. Mindfulness is important.
The hardest part of fitness is not starting, it is staying consistent. Every January, gyms are packed with people full of enthusiasm and New Year's resolutions. But by February, most of them have disappeared. Olivia, how do you stay motivated?
That is the million-dollar question. I think setting realistic goals is crucial. If you have never run before, don't set a goal to run a marathon in 3 months. Start with running for 5 minutes and gradually increase. Small wins keep you motivated. I also find that having a workout buddy or joining a class helps because you feel accountable to other people.
Accountability is huge. I pay for a gym membership in advance, which motivates me to go because I hate wasting money. I also track my progress in a fitness app. Seeing the numbers improve, whether it is the weight I can lift or the distance I can run, gives me a sense of achievement. Gamifying fitness makes it more fun.
Music also helps. I have a special workout playlist full of upbeat, energetic songs that pump me up. When my favorite song comes on, I suddenly have more energy to finish that last set of squats. Never underestimate the power of a good soundtrack.
Absolutely. And remember, rest days are just as important as workout days. Your muscles need time to recover and repair. Overtraining can lead to burnout or serious injury. Fitness is a marathon, not a sprint. Ironically,
We have talked about doing sports, but what about watching them? Are you a sports fan who watches matches on TV?
I am a huge football fan. I support a local team, and I watch almost every match. The excitement, the tension, the drama. It is like watching a movie but you don't know the ending. There is something tribal and emotional about supporting a team. When they win, you feel euphoric. When they lose, it ruins your whole weekend.
I can see the appeal, but I have never been a big spectator. I find it strange to get so emotionally invested in strangers playing a game. However, I do enjoy watching big international events like the Olympics or the World Cup because there is a sense of national pride and unity.
The Olympics are amazing because you get to see sports you would never normally watch, like gymnastics, archery, or synchronized swimming. The dedication and skill of Olympic athletes is Inspiring. They train for years for a competition that lasts just seconds or minutes.
The stories behind the athletes are often the most moving part. Overcoming injuries, financial struggles, or personal tragedies to achieve their dreams is incredibly inspirational.
We have really worked up a sweat with all this vocabulary today. Let's review the most important terms so our listeners can add them to their fitness lexicon.
I will start with workout. A workout is a session of physical exercise or training. For example, I had a great workout at the gym this morning.
My first word is cardio. Cardio is short for cardiovascular exercise. It is any exercise that raises your heart rate, like running, cycling, or swimming.
Next is strength training. Strength training involves exercises designed to improve strength and endurance, usually by lifting weights or using resistance.
I mentioned personal trainer. A personal trainer is a fitness professional who creates customized workout programs and teaches proper exercise technique.
We also talked about injury. An injury is physical harm or damage to the body, like a sprained ankle or a pulled muscle.
Then there is endorphins. Endorphins are chemicals produced by the brain during exercise that reduce pain and create feelings of happiness.
I use the phrase cheat day. A cheat day is a day when you allow yourself to eat foods you normally avoid during a diet.
And finally, calories. Calories are units of energy that measure how much energy food provides to your body.
These words are the building blocks of any fitness conversation in English.
We have reached the finish line. Thank you for training with us today on this episode.
We hope we have inspired you to move a little more, eat a little better, and take care of your wonderful body.
Remember, fitness is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent and finding activities you genuinely enjoy.
Stay active, stay healthy, and we will see you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.